them come. This is their fate.
All right, let me get my Birdman hands in there. All right. Welcome back to the House of Wolves podcast. I am your host, Deontay, here with my near and dear friends, Jalen and Josh, for another electric installment of the House of Wolves podcast. Jalen, Josh, I'm glad you're here. Glad you could be with me. We got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of things to go over. But before we get started, per usual, tell the people how you been, what you've been up to, how's life going, what you've been playing, what you've been doing. Talk to the people.
What's up, people? Yeah, we got another podcast on time this week because you know how we do. We'll come in for 2 weeks and then take a month off. But yeah, I've been doing pretty good. This week is not as busy as the last few weeks. Work is still a lot going on, but at home, we had a couple days we could just hang out with the family, go out and see some friends, meet some other people with kids as well, so that the little one can make friends and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a pretty good week. As far as activities or entertainment, I wanted to talk about Arcane this week, but unfortunately I only watched the first episode because I was gonna watch everything, but I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Because mostly I've been playing the game a lot more this week. I played 2 games.
Okay.
The first one and the big one for me was Marvel Rivals. I was already looking forward to it when it was announced, I guess like a couple months ago. And I know, well, we debated on it, like what's going to be its impact, because it was just looking like our Overwatch clone. And yeah, from what I've played, it is basically just Overwatch clone, but it is really fun. And I guess the Marvel characters for me do make a big difference. And then like it being third person and new, so I feel like I'm enjoying the experience. So I don't know. We might talk about it later if y'all got any impressions. But I played that a lot. I think I got like.
You enjoying the shark too?
I mean, when Jeff is on my team, he's not that bad. But like, yeah. He is the one of those characters that's like, it's not that he's even strong. He's a good healer, and I guess he does decent damage. It's just he can be oppressive sometimes. Yeah, he can pick everybody up in his vortex. And the thing is, the vortex is he pick you up in it and spit you off the map and get a team kill. It does pick up teammates.
I know.
So anybody in the circle can get hit. It's just, most of the time everybody not clumped up in one way, but it is, I guess that downside is not strong enough for it to be so big. And I was looking at the hitbox online, and the hitbox is too big as well. But other than Jeff, like he's not that too big of a problem. It is like more unbalanced than Overwatch, but so far it's fun because of that. Like I don't feel like they nerfed my damage like they do all the time in Overwatch, and you feel ineffective. Everybody feels effective, to me at least.
Okay, we'll talk about it. I know Jalen got some thoughts.
The other game was Witchfire.
Witchfire. I heard of that game. Is that like isn't it like first person spells or no?
Yes. So when it was announced, it looked like Doom, except you were fighting like skeletons with swords and shields, like when it was announced like a couple years ago. But I guess it's been in development for a while. So what it is, it's described as a first person extraction shooter. And when I heard that, I was turned off because like the original trailer looked fun, but like I don't care about extraction shooters. But what it actually is Destiny Strikes with Destiny guns and magic, except it's like I don't want to say old timey, but like it looks like swords and shield type time, and there are some guns and stuff like that. Yeah, it launched in early access on Steam not too long ago. But it is actually really fun. So the setup is like they do put you in like a Destiny style strike. You go in, you fight the enemies, and when you get the loot, and you do have to extract for like the mission to end. But the weapons are pretty much literally copies of Destiny weapons. Like they have the Hawk Moon, they have stuff like I don't know all the new guns, but like the famous Destiny weapons, their animations are the same, their weapon effects are the same. Like you get a headshot, and then it boosts your next headshot damage. What was that, like the Ace of Spades or something like that? And then the ability, since it's called like Witchfire, you do have spells, and it's basically just like Destiny abilities. You throw out your Sunflare grenade and stuff like that. So overall, it is really fun. I only played about an hour because it was like early access, and I didn't want to like commit to the game because I'm not gonna play it until it actually fully releases. Um, but from what I played from that 1 hour, it is really fun. They do have different classes, and the weapons and the abilities, I would say, are the best part, where it does feel like you're playing Destiny just in a different like time period. It is on PvE only right now, I think, but it is co-op, but it's PvP. Sorry, PvE only right now.
Okay. Yeah, that seems cool and interesting. I probably don't like the aesthetic for PvP, to be honest, but I do like that it's a clone because, like I said, I like the gunplay of Destiny. I'm looking at it right now, and
Yeah,
it's
if
steep for
you
$40 right now, but
yeah.
just to try to try it. But I understand what you're saying as well. Like it got some of those elements that we like, and I'm seeing there they got like a saint, got your prayers, basically these different classes. So
hmm
okay, seems cool. Seems cool for sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. Um, anything else going on? How's the fam?
No, as far as us, we're doing good. It's winter out here. We ain't got no snow yet, but it's getting cold. Probably not as cold as y'all. And then Christmas coming up, so we looking at our bills, Christmas bills, like, oh, how these toys about to hit, how these new clothes, new shoes, winter coats, and all that stuff. But
Yeah. It's a crazy time. What a time to be alive. I bet y'all kind of happy for the winter though, because it's been super hot over there for a while, hasn't it?
well, yeah, it was really hot in probably up until October, like middle of October
Oh,
ish,
okay.
and then
So
it
it's been
started
that's
to get cold.
not that bad then. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. What about you, Jalen? See you on mute, so I don't know if you're available or not. But what you been up to?
Shoot. Just getting ready to do this 8K that's in Dallas. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that little run out the way. Let's see how it go. I ain't really had much opportunity to run because it's been cold outside. I'm just tired of this cold, bro. Cold wearing me out.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
tired of it.
Especially in
So
Chicago, it get worse. So
yeah, and it's just windy and stuff. I'm like, I don't even want to go
Windy
outside. I'm not
City.
going outside. Boy, bro, that's it, bro. No more outside for me today.
Remember when we was over
Um,
there when we was doing that transfer? It was freezing out there. We was just trying to get from the airport to the car, bro. That thought was crazy how that wind was killing us. I was like, bro.
wait, where
So
was we
when
going? With the from New York?
I believe so. Yeah. I believe we was doing a New York
Yeah,
thing and we was coming back and we was getting to your car that you parked to get back to Kalamazoo. I think.
oh
I
yeah,
yeah.
I think that's
Just help
how
me
it
take some
went.
ice off the car.
I
Yeah,
think I
something like
remember that because I feel like every time I see Jalen and you, at least, but every time I see Jalen, it's always some sort of flight delay.
that.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna drop Jalen off.
Uh-huh.
His flight leave at 9 p.m. He should be home by the morning, and then I get up in the morning like, oh, I'm at the airport, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real,
or
bro.
we just left like 10 minutes ago.
That's when Kingdom Hearts
Yeah,
dropped and that man was riding through that blizzard like trying to play Kingdom Hearts 3.
I got through that. I was driving through that mug all night. I was going through 94, going like 40 miles per hour, bro.
I
I
said,
was
this
like, man,
man
I'm gonna
is
play this
saying,
game, bro.
I can't. He said it ain't in my cards. I ain't ready to die yet. It's not in my cards. I ain't played Kingdom Hearts yet. This dude is
Waiting
funny.
all that time for Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, look, I know y'all think y'all the reason I'm staying up, but I can assure y'all the secondary reason. I got some weight on this. But Kingdom Hearts come first and foremost, bro.
First and
Stand up because of the game,
foremost.
not because of y'all.
Yeah, that mother was waiting on you when you got home. I think Jaleel had it or something. I forget what happened, but the whole
Like, I had that mug
situation
down
was funny.
That mug download, I was ready. By the time I got to the crib, I ain't have enough energy to play. I was sleepy.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
I cut that mug on. I think something happened. It didn't download or something. I forgot.
yeah.
I was like, nah. So I had to wait till the next morning to play it. I mean, I slept for a couple hours after that, but yeah, nah. It always some type of weather BS. Like I
Well,
said, I'm getting
more
tired of this
so,
cold.
I was feeling about that Chicago wind breeze. That's what was killing me, though. So,
Yeah, that
anyways,
went crazy, man. You ready to scream at it? Like, bro, why are you going so hard? Like, just think about it. What's the point?
didn't mean to derail the conversation, but continue.
Yeah, so the 8K, tired of this win, killing me. But other than that, everything been smooth. Just taking it day by day. And yeah, I mean, I've been a little more consistent in the gym. I've been waking up. Um, it's funny because I was talking about working out. My cousin, he's saying somebody because I'm gonna link up with him and we're gonna do like an 8K. What's a group of us that's gonna do it?
Oh,
And
okay.
or he might do the 5K. I don't really know which one he's doing. But anyway, we're gonna link up because he's staying in Dallas or whatever. And he talked about working out, get ready for the 5K. Then he was like, he seen my Apple Music, he seen Core on there. He like, man, who is this dude? Man, I'm gonna go listen to him, bro. So he hit me back like, hey, bro, I was getting that workout in and preparing for the 8K. I banged bro whole album. I'm like, man, he straight decent, bro. I'm like, for real? He like, yeah. He like, why you say it like that? I was just like, I mean, I always say I ain't gonna say I got trash music taste. I got particular music taste. People might not always agree with me with, but I'm like, I'm like, man, some of his songs be hitting. I ain't gonna say all of them be hitting and stuff like that, but I'm like, man, your songs got a lot of pain in them songs. Probably feeling it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I mean, I would say all that to say I had listened to a new album. I was looking like some of these songs. I had to call Rhea. I'm like, hey, some of these songs kind of hard on here, man. So I was listening to that. And I finally listened to Kendrick album too. So, but game wise, still playing Metaphor. I'm enjoying that game. I do like the little not school simulator aspect of it. Like I didn't realize how much I appreciate that we not in school, bro.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Like I can't so far. I can't emphasize enough. I'm like, man, I can actually just go to different areas and just go to a dungeon real quick, or I can just go
Yeah.
into the desert. Like I ain't saying it's a whole super expansive thing, but I'm like, man, I can do that. In Persona, where you finna go? Well, if you ain't finna go to Tartarus, where you gonna go? You feel me? If you ain't finna go to your school or go to the little plaza, where you gonna go? So that's on Persona 3, Persona 5. If you ain't finna go to Mementos, don't think you're going back to one of them dungeons. That mug shut down.
Yeah.
So, I ain't saying some of those things still ain't there. It's just cool that it felt like a actual open adventure and stuff like that versus Persona is heavily influenced by the simulator. And I feel like when they made those games, they like, hey, this game is simulator. Or like, hey, was that RPG aspect to it? They said, yeah, we should. And then they put that on and it felt like it was added on the back end, but
Yeah.
integrated really well. Where it's like, I'm not going to say it's like 10% of the game. It's for sure like, I ain't gonna say it's half the game. I give it a smooth 45%. Like, everything else important, but I get a actual RPG aspect of the game to smooth like 45 or 40 to 45%. So Metaphor don't feel like that. It feel like it's a lot more of that. And it actually makes me want to go grind and things like that. Persona, I ain't really feel that urge to. I feel like I can just walk through Persona, didn't really need to grind, and if I just make the dudes right, the little personas and stuff, I can just beat the game without actually training or anything like that. So, um, but Metaphor, I've been playing that, and then I played some of Marvel Rivals. We talked a little bit about that. I'm sure we talk about it a little bit more, but yeah. So, but that's pretty much it with me. That was long winded, and we'll be waiting to see if Deontay listen to some of Quarter songs because he asked me like, "Man, what's this man best songs?" Real quick, I'm gonna go see.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
check it
yeah,
out. I'm gonna check it out and come back and let you know. You did give me a list, so I'm gonna check them out for sure. Because he's a one of those artists that you probably don't hear a lot, or I've never heard of him. So just want to see if there's anything worth checking into or tapping into, or maybe you just have that a unique style of music. That's all. I wasn't trying to hate.
yeah, he
I was
got
just
one
trying to
song.
figure it out.
Yeah, no, I get it. He got one song with Meek, but I can't listen, man. I just skip that song. Delete that
Uh,
mother out. Just background. Philly rappers, I'm like, bro, you don't need him here, bro. Just get rid of him.
just get rid of them. Okay. Well, what did I do? I mean, we played Marvel Rivals together. I was playing a little bit of Indiana Jones, and really just been trying to keep up with the news, making sure I'm understanding a lot of the PlayStation stuff. The Xbox Year in Review popped out, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit too. But overall, man, I just been chilling. I mean, I did finish Arcane, and once we kind of get on the same page there, we can kind of get a good discussion around that going. But outside of that, man, oh, I started watching that one show. It's like Dan to Dan. What is it called? Dan to
the
Dan to
Down
Dan.
Down or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Extra pervy. I didn't know it was that pervy of a show, but it's
Yeah, I
funny.
haven't watched it, but I heard like that's the first thing my coworker said about it. Is like that's all it's not all it's about, but like that's a big portion of the jokes
Yeah,
is like
big
that.
portion, big portion. Like I want your banana type stuff. I'm like, what? So, I was watching that, um, and I was just like, let me check it out because I saw it. I was watching Pantheon on Netflix, and then it popped up, and I was like, oh, let me check this out. I don't know what this is, and it was new, and they said you will love it. I said, nah, you don't know
Mhm.
me like that, but I do like it a lot.
Mm,
So it was pretty. It's a pretty decent show. It is one of those things where they do heavy on the jokes about that, but I still like it. I mean, it's kind of it
mhm.
reminds me
It's
of
so
Kill la
funny.
Kill. Yeah, it still reminds me of Kill la Kill a
Mhm.
little bit in regards to like their not I wouldn't say
The
it
jokes.
animation style, but their jokes. The animation is kind of there too. It kind of gets really really wonky at times when they're getting into their actions and stuff like that, but overall I'm enjoying it. I'm like 6 episodes in. I'm not turning it off, so it's cool. It's cool. It's not something that I watch.
Is there action? Because I thought it was just like a school dating like thing.
No, 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 no. They're not. It's action because the girl and the guy are one's really into aliens. The other one's really into mediums and like ghosts. So they both dare each other to go do something. The boy get possessed by a ghost, and a girl get abducted by aliens, and they were kind of like now they go on these adventures to fight different things basically, and like stuff that pop up. So they do have action in the show. It is about them
Mhm.
going out and fighting stuff, but it's kind of like more so just quirky because all the ghosts and the aliens talk about is sexual stuff or sex stuff,
Mhm.
and then outside of that, it's kind of like the jokes that they have together and stuff like that too. So it's kind of like their relationship, but they're also talking about all the other stuff as well. So it's a good mix. Like I said, I just find it enjoyable. It's definitely not like a top show or anything, but it's just enjoyable show to watch. And I think
Mhm.
I think a lot of people were because I looked it up afterwards, and a lot of people were liking the how close it was to the animations. I mean to the mangas and whatever.
Manga.
Yeah. So It's cool. If you're into like, I would say Kill la Kill. If you're into like what's that one? Prison School. I think that's what it's called. Stuff like that. If you're into those type of shows, bro, you'll like it. I ain't gonna lie. I think those are the ones that they get on my radar, but I don't necessarily seek them. This one was cool. I ain't gonna trip. I ain't tripping on it. But what else? What else? What else? That's about it. I ain't do nothing else. I mean, been playing the games. That's what really we hear about. Kids are great. A lot of Christmas shopping has been complete, and everything like that. So we're good on that front. I have been buying a few more games. I finally got the $20 Gran Turismo that Walmart put on sale, and they never sent me. I finally got that, and then I bought I don't know why I bought this, but I bought Forspoken. It was like $10, and I was like, why not? And I bought it on PS5. So
Man, wait.
yes, I bought Forspoken. I just said it.
I'll let you slide this time.
I said it twice.
It was
now.
cheap.
It was $10, bro. I liked the parkour in it. Jeez. I'm not going in there for the great.
It's worth $10.
It's worth
now,
$10.
is he gonna finish it?
Nah, probably
Is
not.
he gonna play it?
Yeah, I might play.
Is he gonna boot it? Is he gonna open the case?
I still ain't opened up Strangers to Paradise. I bought it.
I'm still waiting for you to beat Dead Space.
I beat Dead Space. I told you that. Stop playing on me, man. Now you playing on my head top. Now you playing on my head top. Nah, don't do that to me. I beat it. But yeah, I bought that and Avatar. So I told you I got like 2 games now that I'm probably never gonna play or beat. But it was cheap, so I was like, whatever. But yeah, those are my recent purchases that I probably didn't need to purchase. I'm still mad. I'm still fuming over that Grand Blue that I'm never gonna play because I could have bought something else, but they don't give my money back now, so it is what it is. But yeah, let's talk about some game. Let's talk about Marvel Rivals since that's something we recently played and kind of fresh in our minds.
I said my little bit. How y'all feel?
I mean,
How to
start this?
Like 10 matches together, right? Something
Yeah,
like that.
we
For
started,
an hour or two.
We played some matches, and I don't want to.
I mean, I already know you don't like it.
No. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's a lot of hype around it right now, and I feel like the justification for the hype is strictly around the less restrictions, but there has been over the last like 4 days, like the game didn't came out that long ago. The last 4 days, I'm seeing a very interesting sentiment occur where basically, there is a reason why we test things, a lot and make sure things work properly and make sure things align to work together in harmony. Because just cloning something doesn't make it necessarily good or even to the point where it's balanced. So I'm not saying that the game is bad or anything. I like Marvel Rivals. I will play it. I literally told Jalen, let's hop on Marvel Rivals because he was trying to get me to play Black Ops. I was like, no, thank you. I'd rather play Marvel Rivals. So I do like the game. I just know that I know their path at this point. I'm looking into the future, and I'm telling you that Marvel Rivals will be big because it's free, but it won't be good because it copied something. It has to find it has to define itself on its own, and I don't think it has done that, to be honest. Like, I still would default to Overwatch simply because I know what is defining them at this point. I know that they have probably the most balanced and not say balanced, I say the most thought out and at least like they thought out the communication, they thought out the controls, they thought out the damaging. They thought this through and they make these decisions based off feedback, but obviously somewhere in the middle of that they got crossed. I don't see Marvel's having the bandwidth nor the ability to meet the demand of the groups that's coming right now. I just don't. I don't want to harp on it and say like, oh, let me define what that means. I'm just telling you that what I see right now is a great game that was that's only great because it copied something that was, great. But I don't see what that game is itself. I just feel like, I don't know. Same thing with, like I said, with the last time. Even though people didn't like Concord, I can at least point to where they tried to be different. I can't point to nothing Marvel's doing that tried to be different outside of just, making it free. But that's not even defining yourself. That's just something to do. And that's what is common now. So I say all that to say I still have fun and I enjoyed it. Am I worried about the future of the game? Absolutely, because I just don't think it's going to last long. In regards to popularity, and in regards to sentiment from the community, I think that the community is going to turn on it, and I'd say 4 or 5 months. I think it's going to be like a multiverses, but that's me. What did you feel, Jalen, when you were playing it?
I mean, I don't know. I guess like
You ain't gotta think about the
how to say
future.
it.
Just think about how you felt when you was playing it.
Nah, I am. So just going there blindly, I know we talked about it like briefly. I keep hearing, Josh talking about Marvel Rivals and things like that. Like apparently that's the only game we could get him to go play. So, and we ain't played the game with him. I don't know how long, bro. But so I'm like, all right, man, he on here. I'm looking at the characters and stuff. I'm like, I'm not a fan of superheroes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care for them. I think a lot of them corny. I don't like the community.
You like the Major Glory?
Stop
yeah, you
it.
do. It's the
like-
same thing.
You like Punisher.
Major Glory,
You
Justice Friends
can't
is
hate
cool.
none of these people. Spider-Man,
It's the
these are
same
great.
thing.
These are great
Man,
heroes. What are you talking about,
Justice
bro?
Friends.
Oh my god.
Then they got
Justice Friends
Kronk
is cool.
and,
Valhalla and Fragile
Valhalla.
Punk.
You can play as Valhalla right now. What you
They
mean?
got Sam R.I., Major Glory.
Where's these
with
people
Justice
from? I don't know
Bar.
what y'all talking about.
So Dexter
Dexter.
Laboratory literally has a knockoff Avengers. With Major Glory is Captain America and
Peter.
Valhalla is Thor. Like they literally the Avengers.
Wait,
Literally,
who
like-
has this false?
Dexter Laboratory.
Oh, Dexter Laboratory. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got Sam R.I. and the Speeding Bullet, the big B.I.G. I forgot what his name. Anyways, what I'm getting at is, I mean, I don't care about heroes, bro. Like a lot
But
of
yeah,
them
you're not that
annoying.
into heroes or Marvel. and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like all their backstories and it to be a drama field and people say, well, Flash can do this. I just like, bro, I don't care about hearing that stuff, man. Stop. Anyways, so I'm not a huge superhero guy. I'm just giving that as a preface. But I did like some of the designs. Like I didn't realize it's like more futuristic, like the Wolverine. I'm like it was almost giving like an anime feel to it, if that makes sense. So I thought that was kind of unique, and it made it more appealing to me because when I see Spider-Man and all these other people, I'm just like, all right. I mean, I'm gonna see the realistic version. I'm gonna see the comic book version of y'all. Like what we see in the movies versus the comics. But this one felt like an alternate universe or whatever. So I'm like, all right, this has a little bit more appeal to it. So I mean, now it's like a team-based game. Overwatch, I'm like, all right, bet I really give it a shot and stuff. And then just seeing some of the characters and then some of the Marvel characters that I didn't really know exist because these aren't the ones they really talk about. Most commonly people talk about the Avengers and things like that. And then some of the other people, what I'm saying? So I decided to give it a shot. Overall, I mean, the gameplay and stuff like that, I thought it was cool. I think it's a little bit more interesting that like there's a lot of close quarters people. I mean, some people shoot and stuff like that, but there's more close quarters things. So I have to think about the game a little bit more differently than Overwatch because in Overwatch, everybody shoots. Everybody can on Overwatch. Everybody shoots. In this game, people do shoot to some capacity, but I was playing with one bro. I forgot his name, but he got ultra Iron Fist, bro. I'm like, bro, he got hands of the decade. You feel me? Like, so I got to think about. Almost feel like I'm playing like a what they call my MOBAs, like League of
League.
Like League, because there's characters like that on League, but obviously when you're playing those MOBAs, you're looking at like top down view, but it's still kind of some of the same thing. Obviously, you got the minions and things like that comes into play, but thinking how these characters fight, how they need to interact, how you need to close the distance in order to like combat some of these people. I felt like when I was playing that game, I had to think a little bit differently, like outside the box when I was playing, because I need to close distance with Iron Fist, and because I can't just shoot people. So I mean, he got a move that can kind of shoot them across the stage and using the jumping abilities and stuff like that. But I felt like at times I was at a disadvantage, and I need to be a little bit more tactful in my decision making on when I want to approach, combat and stuff like that. So I did like that spin because it was a little bit different, and I noticed that even with like Spider-Man and stuff, it was some of those things coming into place. The longevity, yeah. So I mean, that's my impressions of the game. I mean, I enjoyed it. I downloaded it on my Xbox and stuff. I even played it on my Steam Deck when I was supposed to be spending time with my mom. You feel me? So, the game, it seemed like it's straight so far. Again, these are like initial impressions. I haven't played a lot of it and stuff like that, but I for sure hop back on and play with Iron Fist. And I was just playing on the Steam Deck. So I mean, if it looks better and I'm running at 60 frames and all that type of stuff on the Death Box, I mean, that's all the more merrier. You feel me? So I'm gonna give that a shot, and I mean, we could circle back. So
I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah, I think the future of it, I'm worried about it, but not for balance or like competitive reason. Like, I don't think it's ever gonna be the same like competitive level as Overwatch. But I don't want that anymore, because like my part of my biggest issue with Overwatch is its over tuning, where like they can't just like leave it in a place where it kind of can be fun, like where they're not that like I want Genji to be overpowered, but it's like give everybody like something that's just like, oh well, Genji using his super, so we can either complain that he overpowered, or we can just change how we play and like just back off, because characters are meant to feel powerful. Like, that's kind of like what Destiny was doing for a while, where it's like we got builds that we like. They're kind of maybe cheesy in some ways, but they're not OP because they're easily counterable if you know what's going on. But then Bungie is like, oh well, we don't like that, so we're gonna remove special ammo, we're gonna remove heavy ammo, and no fun for the game. So just use your primary weapon, and like that's not fun. So that's where I'm at with this game right now, where it feels like, yeah, they copied a lot from Overwatch, but it feels different enough because it's third person and it's fun that I don't feel like I'm choosing this over Overwatch. But I think the microtransactions are expensive, and I think that the game could always go down a route where they just mess up the game as far as like monetization or updates or stuff like that. Because it is Nexon, and I don't know much about Nexon other than it's a mobile game company.
Oh, they already have no cross progression. Like, literally, if I buy a skin on this PC, I'm not gonna get it on my Xbox. That is already messed up. That's that Apex stuff. So I'm already there. Like, that's that.
Yeah, I feel like
scummy.
Their choices like that will be what makes the community drop the game. Where it's like it's fun to play with for casual people, but if they mess up, just like anti-consumer stuff is gonna kill the game faster than like balance or competitiveness.
I think because people are enjoying it so heavily, and I think that most people are playing it on their like. I mean, there's communities, there's silos at this point now. There's nothing you can say you can play with your friends on there.
There's a lot of people, yeah.
But you can decide where you want to play. You can play with your friends. That helps to the point where you're not siloed off to like your own PlayStation group or Xbox group or PC group. Everybody can play together. It's just that cross progression tells me that signals something else. That doesn't signal that they can't do it. It signals that they don't want to do it. It just signals that that a different type of why we do certain things. And I understand that everybody gotta make money, everybody gotta get their licensing back. You got Marvel characters in your game. That's expensive, bro. So I understand what they're trying to do. I just know that attached to this level of I don't even know the biggest thing that we have is destruction and destructible maps. And when I kind of asked you about the maps, I was like, how do you feel about them? It wasn't as if they were a standout moment for me in the game. I felt like this type of mechanic really should feel a little bit more powerful. Like I should be wanting to knock stuff down, especially when I'm seeing people trying to take lanes or whatever. And I just didn't. I felt like it kind of fell to the backside while I was playing. I'm not saying that it won't get better over time and things like that, but I was looking for that it factor, and I didn't feel it. So overall, package felt good. It felt good to play. It felt like it was quick. Matches were great to get into quickly. So those are all positives. I'm looking for the it factor, and I'm looking for them to actually put the foundation down that makes me say this is the game that is going to overtake or even stand aside Overwatch. I just don't see that happening. I see that. I see it being a little concerning right now. And if they don't right ship soon and start to do stuff that I see that is going to give me a little bit more, comfort, I do feel like, yeah, your number is up. I think it's going to be either a Sparking Zero situation where it's dead in a month, or it's going to be one of those multiverses situations where they have to take it offline, or they have to just reimagine it and on the fly. So either one. I mean, I think X Defiant did the same thing where it had a great beta, and then when it came out, they start to see, okay, why you do this, why you do that, doesn't make sense. All this stuff is messing it up, and now they shutting down. So I don't want that to happen because I think that we do, as you said, we need to lean into fun and just having and enjoying a good time. Because I agree. I don't want you to go into the regular play and change stuff or even limit stuff, and you gotta have a healer, you gotta have this. I don't want you to do none of that. Go do that all in the ranked. Go do a different mode. This mode, let it be crazy, let it be chaotic, let me play around in the sandbox. I just want the foundation to be solidified that it makes sense to give it time, and right now it doesn't make sense. So that's where I wanted to get at, and hopefully they are hopefully a lot of this stuff can be fixed quickly, because that is really where it's going to live or die. So yeah, that's all I got for that. Anything y'all want to add to Marvel Rivals? Anything y'all saw, thought was cool, felt like it should be highlighted? I did see one thing online about Doctor Strange can kill his own team to get his super up, and I was like, that's crazy. They gotta fix that. But he can like put the portal as soon as you come out the thing, make the portal, kill everybody. He have his super. He go into the match and immediately has super. So it's just one of those things where some of that stuff is like not that strong anyway. I don't think his super is that strong, but it's like they could probably put some work into making sure that that's not the case. So anything
Yeah,
y'all saw?
it depends. I think that they're like the team killing stuff is something that is probably easily fixable, but
Right.
they just got to put the time in to fix it. But I also saw with Doctor Strange where I don't personally play as him, but people, because Wanda, she can like go out to the field and she'll do like a big explosion. But it's once you already know about it, it's super telegraphed, kind of like Diva like explosion.
Mm-hmm.
But Doctor Strange can use his super from somewhere else on the map, activate it. She used her super before getting in the teleporter, wait till the explosion about to go off, then get in and right next to the people and then blow up. And people have been using that combo to basically get a nuke off that you can't see it coming.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think there's a lot of that stuff where I'm seeing like there's going to be some strategies that pop out. I think the sandbox that all these strategies are coming up in needs to stay. But I think there should be
Yeah.
an area
One thing I would
mix.
say is that, oh, my bad. You were saying about strategies?
Yeah, just that's the stuff should stay. Like they should be able to kind of work through a strategy whether they want to or not in a play area that's fun and welcoming for all players, and then there is the space where you go to be competitive. So I don't know
Yeah.
if they should be differentiating stuff, but they can definitely just lock down stuff, not be able to have multiple characters of the same type or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
hmm No, I was gonna say I think the good thing that I see a lot of people praise is just the art style
mm-hmm.
where the characters look good, the environments, and I mean personally, I like the menus. Like I think everything feels. It doesn't because sometimes stuff feels like a mobile game where it's like it's a menu, it got JPEGs,
Yeah.
but this menu is kind of like suck. But anyways, I feel like the user experience of like the menus and stuff is good, and the art style is good. And it makes me think back to Concord, personally, where if people really just like the art style, they kind of would forgive a lot of stuff. I think a lot of forgiveness for Marvel Rivals comes from it looks good and has characters that people like.
Yeah.
So whatever, I'll just play it. Um, yeah, and Concord unfortunately had none of that goodwill.
No, it didn't. It had to
Even if it was a
build.
better or more balanced game, I will never know.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but yeah, that's kind of the case that they made the right decision when you're trying to bring in a new IP to probably make the characters want to be like people want to see themselves as them and not some quirkiness to it. The quirkiness doesn't land well when they're not established as a character, and it's hard to kind of break those types of games anyway. So it was a tough call, and they live and learn. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had on Rivals. Let's kind of move on to our next topic here, and that's going to be Indiana Jones, The Great Circle. I know you said you downloaded it, Jalen. I know you. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm gonna let you say it. Have you got anything else outside of downloading Indiana?
Nah, I didn't. I had to. It didn't finish download, or yeah, it didn't finish download by the time.
Mm,
Yeah,
Oh,
You
okay.
have downloaded it, so how you feeling about it?
You have downloaded. At least the download speeds were pretty top notch. Like, I don't know. But what about you, Josh? Did you download it or boot it?
No.
Okay. So
I
so
don't
so it's me.
not on my wheelhouse. Sorry.
Now, so it's on me. Got it. Perfect. Well, so I did some before I played it. I did go back and watch the three indie films. I mean, I've seen some of it before, but I just didn't remember anything. So I wanted to go back to the source material, and everybody kept saying that they were a great time anyway. So I was like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I got a little time on my hands. Why not watch the first three, or the only three, as most people say.
Mm,
And as I was watching them, I kind of got the point of the indie films, and I got the point of what he was and what his staple was at the time in 1980s and beyond is kind of like this individual that kind of gets itself into crazy situations, and I've seen the influence that pretty much a lot of the games and other games, even like Halo,
yeah, Tomb
um,
Raider, Uncharted,
yeah,
Resident
like
Evil.
like these one man armies that kind of take on everything to kind of get to what, and he's taking on the Nazi regime or whatever, and uh it's like I said, it's cool to see, and it's cool that they was able to kind of put those movies together, and some of those action shots, even the very first indie, like that, those action sequences and those movie shots, I was not expecting that to be from a 1980s movie. Or maybe I'm just
Yeah, one is Spielberg. Yeah, I
yeah, it
think it
was
was
Spielberg and
Spielberg at his prime.
Lucasfilm. Yeah. So he was cooking for sure. And I was like, it's staying this has of time. That's kind of cool. So when I went into playing the game, I'm coming in with that whole premise, and everybody gave it away. But at the beginning tutorial area, it's a shot for shot moments of the first film and the opening sequence, so that you can kind of get that
You can play it
representation.
in first person. Yeah.
Yeah. You can kind of experience that moments to moments and kind of get action shot for shot for that. And I thought that was really, really cool. Great way to open it up and kind of bring the nostalgia back, and also uh, you do a nod to the dedicated fans that kind of knew what that was anyway. I thought that it was the game was really, really polished. Outside of like having like a, and this is minute because I was playing around with my settings. I'm moving my PC to my TV and I'm having HDR issues, and I was like, that was just me because basically I'm trying to work through Windows to get the HDR right, to just the way I want it, and you got to tweak all that stuff. So, um, anyways, after I got all that set up, pretty much smooth sailing, didn't have any issues. Um, and I got through that moment to moment action and then kind of got introduced to the gameplay. To me, it felt like Dishonored a little bit, but it also feel like um I mean, it's just like sneak tactics. It's like you're basically sneaking around. You can get into fisticuff fights, but it feel like, I don't know. Maybe I haven't played enough, but it feel like you kind of want to do a mixture of it all. I think the biggest thing that I've kept coming back is I rather just sneak around. But to me, the combat at least felt fun and engaging to play with. Like there was, it felt like if I got into a fisticuff with somebody might be coming right behind the corner. It felt like I had some suspense to my fights. I don't know if it was, imaginary in my head that, oh shoot, I'm punching this guy and now this other guy finna come or something like that, or if it was really that creating a level of tensity, or intenseness in the scene. But I felt like I was enjoying it. I was sitting around there really thinking like, oh shoot, he might see me, so maybe I should approach it a different way. And it had a bunch of different ways. Like the first opening part, it's a bunch of different ways to go about doing something. So it really did feel like Dishonored. In games I played before that kind of give you a bunch of different ways to tackle one scenario. Which I thought was really, really cool because I ended up going around and then find another pathway that I could have took. Like went up the freaking like another like scale the wall to kind of sneak into this Vatican place, and or the Vatican, the Vatican place, to sneak into there and everything. And I thought that was just really cool. I was more impressed by the polish of the game than anything. I don't expect that much from Bethesda, but I know that was I know that that's a different type of company. They do the Wolfensteins and all that stuff, and they do pretty polished. And then they had the ID Tech, so it ran like a dream, played like a dream, and it was smooth, right? And then they had this very good looking game. Like the jungle looked it really good. The Vatican looks really nice. The lighting is really nice because it is ray tracing. And it all runs really, really well on my PC, of course. So I wasn't really having any issues. I think the biggest thing that I saw was that on the Xbox version, the global illumination and like how it works, it does seem brighter on everything versus how I was playing it because I like the ray tracing implementation on the PC. That's why I'm literally playing on the PC simply for that. So that would be one thing if you can choose between PC or Xbox. I would choose the PC simply because of the better global illumination. But so far so good, man. I like the conversations that's happening. I like the cutscenes. They really seem high def, like really well done. The character models, it's like you can't tell how good the character models are on these on YouTube. Like when I was literally playing it at 4K, they really look really good. But on YouTube, it just, I don't know, man. They ain't got that Sony lens. Sony got a better lens than them, bro. I don't know what they do, but whenever when I see a Sony game, I can tell. Maybe they just over exaggerating people's pores and all that crap, whatever. I don't know. But when I was playing it, I was like, dang, these look a lot better than I expected. I thought it was gonna be like a little glossy and like not super high realistic, but they look really good. So I was surprised by how well the game looked. So all that to say, I think the overall package is going to be decent. A lot of people have been saying that this has really surprised them, and has become like one of their game of the year. A lot of people have been saying that it's just really been great it embodies the Indiana Jones experience. I haven't felt that moment yet that it like embodied the in Indiana Jones experience. I just feel like it's a really good game at this point where like I haven't gotten to the points yet where I'm feeling like, oh, this is real indie, or this is really what he'll be doing right now, or this feels like I'm indie. It just feels like a really good game. So that's where I'm at with it right now. I'll let y'all know once I beat it. Which I'm gonna try to get some more time in over the weekend, and things like that. But for now, I'm gonna leave it at that unless y'all got something to add. How do I guess have y'all seen the reception at least or anything about Indiana, or just is it just me out here on my lonesome basically?
Yeah, I seen like some real basic impressions. Digital Foundry said like it looked good. And then like I saw some of the gameplay, like the intro stuff. So overall, I think it looks pretty like authentic to like Indiana Jones experience, and that's good. For me, I just wasn't interested because I didn't want to play first person Indiana Jones games. Like I know the Wolfenstein games get praised, but I never played them,
Yeah.
and they're more well, like Doom, it's like it's shotguns and snipers and stuff. Whereas like those games, they're a little more creative, I guess, with their weapons, like using the whip or like a pickaxe or like other stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
just it was harder for me to like just wrap my head around like, yeah, I can't wait to hit Nazis with my whip. Like concept wise, but like actual like how the game feels to play.
Yeah.
But that being said, like I do like Indiana Jones. Like I watched the old movies like when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and like I know like it inspired a lot of stuff. And so like I like Tomb Raider, I like Uncharted. So there's no reason to say I wouldn't like the story of Indiana Jones. It's just yeah, like it's not on my priority list for right now, at least.
Yeah. That makes sense. I think that I'm glad that it's having like its heyday. I think that it's a and one thing I did because I did end up watching Skill Ups, and what he kind of said resonated with me in regards to um a different type of action adventure because
Hmm.
I'm so used to third person that I feel like when somebody doesn't do that, I'm like y'all kind of doing yourself a disservice. But I don't know this experience and how good it will be at first person because most of the games that I used to play in this type of mode they didn't have strong stories. I don't feel like Doom had a strong story. I don't feel like Dishonored to me didn't have a strong story. I don't know if I mean everybody probably say that's blasphemous, but I don't think it was a strong story. Deathloop, I felt like it was a decent enough story, but it was kind of like one of those things where it was more shooting guns and stuff like that. So I do kind of want to see a good action adventure story wise in this format, grounded in a real world setting. Um, so I'm just engaged with it now like that. That's all. I'm not saying that it's going to be great. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. I'm saying I'm engaged with it because I haven't had a real world setting in first person in a very long time, and it hasn't ever been this level like heavy of a budget. So I'm interested in seeing what they do to make this unique. He spoke to a little bit of that, but you guys can definitely go check out his video. But overall, I think for me, those were the two things. Those are the key things that I took away from it as I was watching it. Was like, okay, that gives me the buy-in because I mean I was gonna play it anyway because I thought that this is what Xbox is presenting us for the fall season. We need to play it anyway. These are one of those things where you want to talk about it because if you haven't played it, you ain't got no reason to be talking about it anyway. Just like we never talked about Spider-Man because nobody played. So I'm trying to go play it back now, and we can talk about the backlog, which I kind of finished Stellar Blade, which I'm probably can give my impressions, and we can have a discussion about that today too. But yeah, it's just one of those things where want to play it, want to make sure it has some value that makes me want to play it, and I think it has at least hit that mark. So let's see what it does after that. But okay. Was there something else? Let me double check my notes because I want to make sure I'm not missing something before I go into the other stuff. Did y'all do y'all 2024 year in review wrap yet? Did you look at it for Xbox?
On Xbox?
Yeah.
I have not looked at it, but I probably could log in and look at it.
What about you, JBZ? What you do? Did you check out your 2024 year wrap?
No, Sirski.
I'm gonna put it in. Nah, there you go, right there. So I'm about to put it in the what's the name for you, so you can go straight to it. Straight no chaser. I just put it in Discord.
What that mean?
What you mean? What that mean? I mean, we on a broadcast. You click the link and you tell me how many hours. What's your highlight game? I'm pretty sure it's the same for everybody on Xbox at least.
You think so?
I'm almost 100% sure. You'll see when you go there.
Probably multiverses.
Nah.
Yeah.
It was a
I played
big
0 hours of that game in 2024.
that's because you actively avoided it, sir.
My schedule changed. That's the main reason. But yeah, I ain't trying to fall asleep.
Oh my god! Now you calling it sleepy souls? You hear this man, Jay?
Sleepy bros.
Sleepy bro. That's Jalen's favorite. You know he top 100.
I guess if you don't want to spoil the top one, did you have any other highlights on yours, Deontay? While I'm trying to log into this.
Highlights? Nah, like it was really bad for my Xbox versions. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I've had 147 hours. That is not a lot of hours, to be honest. That's like less than an hour a day, I think. If you no, it's like less than I don't know, like 40 minutes a day, something like that. It's not that great. It's not that big. And most of it was on PC. It was 83 hours on PC. 60.
Oh, so it counts your PC hours.
Okay. PC like Xbox, yeah. So if you're on the Xbox app, it count that too. But yeah, it wasn't great. Cloud only had like 45 minutes because I don't use that cloud that often. And Call of Duty was up there, and Overwatch, because those were the ones where I play sometimes. But the number one should be on everybody. JBZ.
All right, I'm in.
What's your number one?
You said what? What you say, Jalen?
I was wondering what Josh's number one was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess you can go first because I'm pretty sure I'm almost positive everybody got the same number one. It's the only game we played together that we know of that was like a long game. On Xbox.
Nah.
What's your game?
To say.
What's yours?
So my number 3 is Hellblade 2.
Oh wow. How many hours?
That's 9 hours.
I know. I'm talking about how many hours total time.
We'll get there. My number 2.
Exposure.
My number 2 is Call of Duty.
Okay.
Modern Warfare 3, but they count it as Call of Duty.
Yeah, they do count it as Call of Duty. Yeah.
My number 1 is Minecraft.
Minecraft. Oh my god.
You be playing that game?
That's his wife.
I do teach a class, and we play Minecraft in class. So I got 60 hours from work for playing Minecraft.
Damn.
Oh, that boy be on there Minecraft and it up. Okay.
But my cloud is like 2 hours. Mobile, which I don't even know what that would be, is 3 hours. PC 71 and console 20.
Oh wow, yeah,
Cause y'all might not remember, I sold my Xbox in like
yeah.
March.
I ain't forgot. I got the most hours on the Xbox this year.
So
How many hours you
my
got?
total was
Stop it.
97.
Stop it.
Yeah, I got mad
What was
hours
your
on the
total,
Xbox.
Deontay?
147.
140.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
I'm at 97. What's your
Look.
total, Jalen?
284.
That's because you was playing multiverse.
Oh,
New on the Xbox. Remember that podcast some time ago? We was talking about who put the most time in on the Xbox, who stayed true to Xbox, who ain't let them down, they sold the Xbox. Really playing that mug?
This man
That's
about to be
me.
on the soapbox.
That's me.
I was really
Yeah,
hoping
let me go
you
find the
wasn't
box
the
to stand on.
highest. I was really hoping you
Anyway,
weren't the
hey.
highest. Because
Y'all wanted me to get an Xbox and I played it, didn't I? I played it more than
you
y'all.
getting your money's
And
worth.
I kept it.
Oh
I kept my
Getting your
Xbox.
money's worth.
Cut mine on every day. I probably got more hours on the desk box than I do on my PS5.
So then we definitely
And
don't
I ain't
got
even
the,
want it.
You ain't definitely ain't got the same one. What's your number one game?
I don't even think Josh played Persona if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Well, my persona is at number 4, but no, I haven't finished it because I beat that game like 5 times already.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine multiverses. I got 192 hours on that month.
Jesus.
What?
Oh my God. That man cooking. He got 132 on that one game beating us. I got 147
I'm gonna be
total.
top 100 fan in the world.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, I thought it was gonna be Persona 3 for all of us because I didn't think you played that multiverse on your Deathbox. I thought you played on the PlayStation. So
It's not a play at Xbox, bro. You know Xbox is the best place to play.
oh my God.
Fell at home.
Yeah.
Y'all forced me to get it and I fell out my home.
Like I'm home. Yeah, whatever, G. Anyways, that backfired a little bit, but it's still funny because Persona 3 was mine. I had 50 hours on that, and then I had Call of Duty and then Overwatch. But most of the time, I'm playing that on I was playing all that stuff on Overwatch mostly. It was on PC anyway, so wait for the Steam wrap, and we're gonna do the PlayStation wrap. But I thought it was funny to kind of get the first year-end review that we got, and that was Xbox, and probably the least played console of mine for sure. So,
we know.
First
I'm rubbing in y'all face every time, bro.
I'm not that far behind, bro. Total
man,
time.
I doubled your hours.
I'm not that far behind, G. I'm 147.
I mean, to
I'm
be fair,
192.
I was looking
That's
at
not
the other day,
double.
looking at to get a Series S, because I was still playing my Xbox. It's just
Where is
I
that?
didn't need the Series X.
Yeah, where is
I need the Xbox. Look at me.
Yeah, whatever, dude. You did need the Xbox. You was playing Call of Duty with us. You was playing what's the name with us. It was a few games we was playing together. What you talking about? You need that?
I need the Xbox for that. I'm playing. Oh my third game is for Jedi Fallen Order with 16 hours.
Well, I mean, what you want me to say? We played more Overwatch than any of that. So I don't know.
Overwatch and Call of Duty on my PS5. So
I know. So we gonna see when that wrap. We gonna see how many true hours and where your loyalty really reside. Because I know it ain't no Xbox.
man, we gonna see, bro.
No, we gonna see. We already know what time it is.
Point is, I played my Xbox 2 times the amount of time you played. You and Johnson combined, actually, and I still played more than both y'all combined.
You're lying now. What was your total hours? You said 192. Now you saying it's gonna be. Now you saying something crazy.
No, it's 284.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is double.
Oh my God, whatever.
Y'all can join forces, and I still got more hours.
Yeah.
Nah, all right, I'm down, bro. I got 192 hours on
He
Multiverse.
was just
Ain't nothing to
here
be proud of.
Multiverse sitting on the screen while
Yeah,
he
he
on the phone.
showed
that's
it.
how
You
Jalen
know
do.
how he play.
Show me your in-game hours. Show me your in-game
How
hours.
else I'm top 100 fan in the world?
Bro, you just be
With
sitting there. You just be sitting on the screen. Stop it. Stop
No,
it.
I don't.
Man, yeah, you do.
How I check in game time? Is there any way to do it?
I don't know.
It's probably in your stats somewhere.
In your stats somewhere. In your stats somewhere.
I mean, you got 300 hours in the game. You don't know where that's at.
You know,
Nah, I be in there playing. We be getting there straight. You know they put you in matches at breakneck speeds. And you ain't even got a time to go to the bathroom before you're in a match. You finish one match, you run to the bathroom. You got Seahorn screaming on, where you at, man? My bad, I had to go to the bathroom. I was gone for 30 seconds, 50 seconds. I'm in another game, already done died twice. I'm like, dang.
Multiverses ain't even on my list.
Dang, man.
Because the game trash, but you know what I'm saying? You put you in a game fast, you be boxing with people, it'd be funny, man. This is a funny game, man. Funny game. Funny times.
Yeah, it's quite crazy actually. But okay, well, I mean, we'll get to the next one. Unfortunately, Jalen wins this round. We will be I'm gonna look at the Steam one because I know I'm probably gonna win that, and then there's gonna be I don't know if I'm winning that one. It might be Josh, low key. I think the other PlayStation one, I think Jalen might have me on hours too. It might be pretty bad out here. But anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, we can move on. No, I was just gonna say mine is most likely Final Fantasy because the game was unfortunately 1,000,000 hours.
Oh yeah. I just started that not too yesterday after I finished Stellar Blade.
Oh, Jalen ain't gave us an update on that in a good minute.
No, you know he ain't playing that.
Man, I ain't played that game since May.
Oh my god. Yeah. Was it not captivating, or was it just like it's too long? Like it's at this point, it's too much time, or what?
I mean, it was cool. I just ain't play it since May. I'm gonna go back and play it, but I just ain't. It take a lot of time. Be moving slow, just all type of things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about Stellar Blade then, because that's what I wanted to kind of get in there as well, because I finished that, and I wanted to kind of give my updated thoughts on Stellar Blade after finally beating it. I mean, here's what I'll say about this Stellar Blade.
It was stellar.
It was I didn't hate it as I played it, you know. I just felt like I could have had a better experience playing something else. I'm not saying that Stellar Blade is a bad game. I just felt like, man, if I'm choosing what to play, I wouldn't have played Stellar Blade if I knew exactly where I was going to end up with the game. I mean, I thought the ending, the last like 4 hours was the best hours in the game in total. I felt like the writing was really like poor. I understood where we was going. So even though my intuition was basically to pick the right ending anyway, because I knew where they were trying to get me to go, or at least the true ending. I don't know what I did enough for the details. I didn't have to go back and play it again. I didn't have to go watch nothing else. I got the true ending based off my actions and what I wanted to do, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I just kind of cut the game off, and I'm probably not going to turn it back on again. But what at least I can say is conceptually, I understood what they were trying to go with the game. I don't know if I would play 2, to be honest. Like, I kind of judged it based off that. Would I play another game like this, or would I play the sequel? The only thing I truly liked was the cosplaying outfits and the last couple of fights. I thought that was hard. I was like, bro, y'all taxing me now on the difficulty of these couple of end fights. So I'm sitting there and I'm actually having to sit up and like watch for stuff and make sure I got all their timing down because none of the other stuff had me doing any of it. Like I didn't care. I was just sitting there, shoom 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 button, shoom 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 button, shoom shoom. I wasn't even paying attention most of the time, and I had enough potions or whatever to always survive whatever was happening. If I mess up, I can mess up 20 times. Nobody cared. You mess up 1-2 times on the last fights, I'm like, okay, this is more, Dark Souls. I feel like they're gonna take that and kind of run with it. I don't know what they'll do, to be honest, on the next game, but I feel like it had some value. I'm not gonna just downplay like I had the worst time because I wouldn't have played it. I would have cut it off immediately. It was more so just not the greatest of time. It was like this could have been better in so many different ways that I feel like y'all should take another stab at it, and I'll be okay with tagging along. That's how I felt at the end of it.
Yeah, I think that's what I said when I finished it too. Is that I would play. I think they did good enough that I think that they deserve or they earned a sequel, or at least I'll look at the sequel, check it out, because I didn't really like the story, but graphically it looked good. It ran well. I thought the like bigger budget like cutscenes all looked good. Like the game visually was appealing. And then those last few fights I felt were very interesting.
Yeah.
So like if you could give me more of that, like that type of combat and like less of the open world stuff, less of the city building and all that type of stuff, I'll be happy because those were your strengths. So yeah, I'd say if they played to their strengths in the sequel, I would enjoy it. I think the story will still be trash, but like who knows? Maybe they actually get a better writer and the sequel has a good story.
Or
sometimes that happens with series. Yeah. This when I was playing the story, like I felt like I don't know if this is like a translation thing, but I feel like it would be bad in Korean. Like, is this a ChatGPT story? Because like it's kind of like,
bro, they were
predictable, but also not good.
Yeah, it was super predictable, and it was also really poorly delivered. Like, there is bad delivery, and then there's what Stellar Blade was doing. Like, literally, I couldn't tell if they were angry, sad, upset. I just thought they were always just normal. Like, even when they tell a joke, I didn't know it was a joke until after, like, the joke was ended. Because it does not even... None of the way they deliver those lines insinuate that anything was play. It felt like everything was monotone throughout the entire sitting of their voice acting. Like, I felt like I don't get any emotion from any of this. I can't pick up. Like, I remember it was a joke in translation.
It was a joke about her outfit. It's like, why you dress like a stripper or something? And then she's like, oh, that's how it's built. And then it's kind of like dead silent. Like that was supposed to be a joke, but okay.
I'd be like, bro, I don't get it. I don't get it. So that was kind of one of my biggest problems. I did end up playing a little bit more of the open world stuff and like finishing stuff. Honestly, because I was just sitting on, that was the game that I can go run and do all the random stuff. Because I just felt like, okay, maybe they'll give me an outfit, right? And I'm just chilling, and I'm like halfway not paying attention, watching something else, and I'm just kind of like getting their little chores done because I thought the difficulty was low, and the amount of stuff, the steps in most of these quests were very minuscule. So I'm like, if they give me a cool outfit or something, I'm cool with that, and I'll go play it, right? So that was the only reason I did more than what I wanted to. Obviously, none of it felt like it was beneficial by the end of it. The only thing that the only reason to do it is to get the true ending. After you do so many of those quests, you get like a bar on the top right. If you know, you know. That
even the true ending is like it didn't feel worth it because you had to do like these extra missions. Like, I just want to get to the end of it, and I know it's just gonna be like an extra 2-minute cutscene. I think the true ending is better because it gives more, I guess, more context and like doesn't end on like a stupid cliffhanger. But
Yeah,
it wasn't worth the hours I would say I did to get it. Like, I mean, I to be fair, I hit the requirement without noticing it.
yeah,
Like it's pretty easy to get to. It's just like, oh well, now I got to go out of my way to do these extra quests, and I kind of just want to go to the end,
yeah.
because I don't care about these side characters.
Yeah, I'm assuming that whole Sector 9 thing wouldn't have happened if you didn't do it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't go there if you
Yeah.
don't do it.
Which was a very long part of the game, and I thought, okay, um, if I knew what I knew before that, I probably wouldn't have done it. I didn't think that it was that intriguing. I liked it, the whole glass house thing when we got there. I thought it was really cool. Like, okay, they got a little different type of scenery. And I thought the roller coaster stuff was cool. So, I mean, like I said, they kept having like these very high, very lows, like throughout the whole thing. And I was just like, y'all can't hit a pulse to save your life, like a steady pulse. Like they just kept going up, down, up, down, up, down. And it felt like I was just like, okay. By the end of it, they kept hitting that up for me, and that's where I was like, I give y'all another shot, bro. But y'all gotta change this. Y'all gotta do this better. I gotta see it in the trailer, because if I don't see it in the trailer, I'm not buying this game again. Because there was
Yeah,
like,
they need
yeah,
more of what they kind of hinted at it with like you seeing like the government or the god or whatever, but like
yeah,
fighting more of those android girls will be more interesting because like I was saying is that the one fight like you can get parried, she has
yeah,
like all the same moves as you. That really turned up the difficulty and made it more interesting where it's like I got the parry, I got the move where I can dodge behind her. And so instead of just hitting her a bunch of times and using my like charge abilities, she
right,
gonna parry it. I gotta pay attention and think like to her moves. Like when is she open? When can she parry me? Is it a good idea to actually dash behind her, or is she just gonna hit
yeah,
me as soon as I do it? Right. So
yeah,
that was definitely the most interesting fight. And as long as they can give more of that, I'll be happy. Because like most of the monster fights I've finished like in my first life, whatever, they weren't too hard. They kind of just big monsters, watch their telegraphs and stuff like that. But actual like challenging enemies made it. It's not like Sekiro, but it was aiming for that, and I feel like combat system it felt good. What was there, and if they can polish that, make it better, I think the sequel would be interesting, at least for the gameplay, like combat.
yeah, for sure. I think that they had a lot of good things going for it enough to make me feel like I
Especially
I
for
keep
their
paying
first
attention.
like console game. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, um, what was I gonna say? I don't know if I'm giving Eve a pass because she is a nice to look at, but I really did like hate her a lot, and I was like, I was like, I don't. It's not that she was a bad character per se. I just felt like, man, I kept
Uh-huh.
comparing her to Bayonetta or somebody, and I was like, bro, they got personality. They're nice to look at, but they actually have something to say. I just felt like this
Yeah,
motherfucker didn't have
that's
nothing to say. I was like, what
she
is
didn't have anything to say, and even when she was like, trying to become more human, it felt really like
bro,
not even like not even a good robot pretending to be human. Because some shows is
bro,
like it's a robot, but they got human emotions, and it comes off good because they do a good job. Like she's a robot, but her emotions still feel like fake.
bro.
So I'm
She ain't no
personally not
I
gonna give
guess.
her a pass. No, that's yeah, I guess. Like she's a robot and then she gets more human over time, and it's like you can kind of relate to her over time because she's getting better at it. It's like Eve is just like I guess day one to the end, but the story is telling you now she's more emotional,
Human.
but it doesn't feel like
Yeah,
it.
like bro, come on, bro. I felt like from day one I met you to the end of the thing, even when you got your whole transformation and all this stuff, you still showed little to no emotion, and I felt like it was probably due to poor writing and delivery. Like honestly, like if there was supposed to be some transformation and her really feeling like, oh, I need to say these people, I need to do this, I need to do that, like giving her moments to showcase something different, I would be like, cool. But bro, like honestly, she felt the same or talked the same throughout the entire freaking thing. There was no
Yeah.
transformation to me. So it felt like the only people, Lily did a better job of portraying, like coming out of the trans of the, what they are and everything, but more than her. And I just felt like, Eve, are you really just here to look pretty? That is ridiculous. That is sad that they did not do nothing for you. So I don't like her, but I'm not going to say, I probably won't say I hate her. I just felt like it was just really, really bad for the main character to be worse than Jin from Ghost of Tsushima. And like, you more so coming from a different, like, that Western, that non-Western background. They usually animate their characters to try to make them be like more than anything. Like they,
Well,
they
that
give them tropes, but they just, I don't know, man. That was crazy.
like a lot of people was comparing it to Near Automata when it came out. One thing I will say is like I know y'all don't like the game, but I feel like the acting, like the characters and the voice actors were actually really good in the game for like an anime style game. And comparing it directly to 2B, like y'all probably don't remember, but like 2B is the same story arc. She's a robot. She works for the government of robots, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's some sort of twist, and there's some conspiracy, and some people are evil, and then she switches sides and blah blah blah. But anyways, like her voice acting and stuff like was way better, and it came off more like authentic in
Yeah.
there. Whereas like I think the writing in Celebrate, they want to tell that same type of story, but they don't know how to write it and they don't know how to direct it. And the voice actress, maybe the voice actress is good, but she doesn't know how to deliver when the source material is not good enough.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I was like, I said, get this woman off my. I was like, the outfits give you more personality than you could ever say out your dang mouth, and that's crazy. So I was just like, bro, that's insane. So I just kept harping on that as I was playing it because I was just like, she ain't really saying nothing, G. And that's why I was able to kind of play it without even like sound for a while because I was just like, bro, I'm just gonna do the missions. I can read the stuff because even if I read it, I'm probably gonna be able to perceive more emotion than she's gonna ever deliver. So
Mhm.
that was kind of one of those things where it's like it got bad, and I really want them to
Honestly, I
fix
like
that.
that. Yeah, I like the because I think you fight like two. I forget what they call like Eve, like robot girls.
Oh yeah,
You
Raven
fight the
and
one
I
in
forget the other
yeah
one.
Raven and the one Taki or Tachi.
Yeah, Taki.
I think they have more character and emotion than Eve, and like they kind of more interesting characters than you.
Yeah, especially when you like um I'm giving a little bit away, but you like, I mean, Eve she had moments where it felt like there was something there, but it was really so far and in between that I discredit all of it. But like, when she was fighting Raven and she made that decision to like keep her alive to see everything, I thought that was like, okay, I see something here. I just felt like the delivery and writing was not in her favor. That's all. And I feel like that really made me hate her. And I was like, well, hopefully next time out, y'all have better writers and y'all have better actors to portray what you're trying to get across. Because she should have been on the earth for a while. She should have went through some stuff. She should have been fighting whatever. I feel like she should have a little bit more of a glow up in the sequel than where she was today.
Yeah,
And I think emotionally she should be more invested in protecting because it was like their mission, and then she had to come to reality that to choose the mission. So I'm just hoping that I'm just hopeful, but I don't want to put my hopes up too high for Stellar Blade 2. But that's where I kind of left it. That's where I'm at with it. 7 out of 10. That's where I put it. Um,
yeah. I think I gave it 7 too.
yeah. So it really did. It was like a 5 until that last like sequence and like going to space, doing all that other stuff. I thought that was really like atmospheric and dope. So it kind of boosted it. But if that stuff never happened, yeah, that job would have been cooked. But that's it on there. Is there anything else that we wanted to cover off on? Oh, predictions for the Game Awards. That's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Game Awards. Do y'all think there's anything that's going to surprise you? I mean, I've seen the Borderlands stuff. And I can kind of go through with this Polygon and we can discuss if y'all ain't got nothing. But anything y'all thinking will show up at the Game Awards that you're anticipating or interested in seeing? Talk to me.
So I'll go first because I'm at the ramp up and get going.
Oh, okay.
So there's always rumors, but the Switch rumors are out and about. Personally, I don't think they're gonna reveal anything at the Game Awards. I think that Nintendo, they're kind of back in their bag where they want to do stuff on their own. So I don't think we'll see anything from Nintendo really. From Xbox, they might have some. They should have a lot of stuff to tease. I don't know if it's anything coming out soon, but maybe show off some Fable, and maybe more Gears of War. I think it's too soon for Halo, but Xbox I think will have the most to tease for next year. Unfortunately, I don't think Sony will have anything to show off big unless they want to show off like Ghost of Tsushima, but I feel like that's still a ways away. And as far as like smaller stuff, yeah, like next season of Marvel Rivals and all that type of stuff. But for me, I think it's gonna be a pretty light as far as new announcements for like big first party deals. We probably will see more from third party. Would be my guess.
Okay. Yeah. I know there's a lot of stuff out there currently as of today, and there was a lot of things that could be rumored, but to me, I feel like there's not much going on in the gaming community right now. I know that there's the Mafia of the Old Country. They already said they were going to be there. I think Borderlands 4 said they were going to be there. And that's pretty much it. I really don't have anything else. Oh, Hazel Light Studio. These are the people that made It Takes Two and won Game of the Year. So that's all I got. I mean, they said something about a Warframe, Power Worlds, and a Dying Light. But honestly, I only played Mafia 3, and it was only semi enjoyable because it was like Louisiana. But I didn't like that game at all. I don't like the Mafia series. Unfortunately, it's not a good imitation of what I'm looking for anyway. So I'd just rather play GTA. But yeah, I don't know what's coming, but I can say that Josh, you're on the right. You're right there in regards to Xbox being the main focus to be for this night, and then probably coming in after that would probably be Gearbox and a bunch of third parties. So the Game Awards come out 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on December 12th, so that will be the day after this uploads. What about you, Jalen? Any predictions for the big Game Award show? You watching it? We streaming it? 7:00.
7 o'clock. I'm gonna share. Why not?
Well, that's 6:30 for you. 6:30 Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday. But yeah, well, I may or may not stream the show. It depends on how I'm feeling. But the Game Awards is a very long show, and yeah, I don't know about that. But we will see. Anything else to add there, Jalen, before we get up out of here?
Now I probably get the Spark Notes version or check up what people talking about on with a live feed.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't want to say I don't want to watch it, but at the same time, it's a long show, so we'll see. I might just throw it on in the background, pay attention to it when I can. So, but yeah, that's that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for watching as always. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, share, and send it out to whomever you think will enjoy. You can catch us on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on, I think, Google Podcasts and switch up to YouTube. But you can catch us where you find your podcast. I appreciate you as always. And we will be back next week with more topics, more things to discuss, and more ideas, or we basically what we've been doing over the week. So thanks again. See you next week. Peace.